Oh, what is the upskis, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GXWrestleCast. We're on episode 120 of my wrestling recap show, where once a week I go through all of the major WWE and AEW shows, give you the recap, give you the review, let you know what's going on in both of the companies, storyline-wise and wrestling. At the end of the show, I give out my 3 stars of the week, but all of that is irrelevant for this particular episode because I just have to admit defeat. Yes, admit defeat that there is just way too much wrestling this week. We got WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2, Stand and Deliver, and with 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Dynamite, I just cannot get it all under 1 week. There's just no way. So I'm going to have to sacrifice this week's recap. Don't worry, it's not something that's going to continue in the future, but to hold everybody over, I will do a WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2 prediction and the Stand and Deliver. So we're going to do a whole bunch of predictions, just have a bunch of fun talking about what is going to be possibly the biggest WrestleMania ever in a long time. We'll have to just wait and see, right? But it's WrestleMania 40. We're on a big number here. Once you hit the zeros, it's a big deal. This is the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania, so it's going to be big. So hopefully it can deliver, and let's just dive into the predictions. And we'll kick it off with NXT's Stand and Deliver. Let's start off with Shawn Spears versus Joe Gacy, a singles match. And I've been enjoying Joe Gacy lately. He's been really losing his marbles, if you will, and he's getting into it with Shawn Spears, the chairman. He is new, so I am going, I don't know, but Shawn Spears did just lose a match not long ago. I don't know if this one's going to have a clean finish or even a finish at all, but I'm going to have to go with Shawn Spears. That's my boy right there, so Shawn Spears it is. Wow, these are all in I'm just going to go in a whole bunch of weird orders here. Let's go with Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan versus Jacy Jayne, Kiana James, and Izzy Dame with Jasmine Nix. 6 women tag team match. It's Team Good versus Team Bad. I am going to go with Team Good, Thea Hale, Fallon Henley, and Kalani Jordan. I mean, those 3 women, I would say 2 out of the 3 there, even Henley. I think all 3 of these ladies have a bright future in the company. Kalani Jordan is my inside track favorite. She is just insanely talented. She's very new. She's only been here for a few months, but oh man, she looks like she is going to turn into something amazing. And then on the bad women's side, if you will, Kiana James, love her. She has been fantastic. Jacy Jayne, she's okay, but this little feud with her and Thea Hale has blossomed fairly nicely. A little standard, but Thea Hale back to her old self, her old wild hyper self. I enjoy that. So going with Team Good, Thea Hale and the Gang are going to win. We got the NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker defending against Axiom and Nathan Frazier, who won the tournament this week. Oh man, this is a really hard one to gauge because I feel like Braun Breaker is primed and ready to come up to the big brand, Raw or SmackDown, whichever one they decide. I think they already signed him to SmackDown or something, so I kind of feel like Axiom and Nathan Frazier are going to get this, and this little, Braun Breaker, Baron Corbin thing, I don't think they expect it or want it to go very long term, but it has been a ton of fun. I loved it way more than I expected it to, but Corbin has been just kind of sitting back, and Breaker has just taken the ball, running with it. He's ready to come up, so I'm going to have them losing this match for the sake of Braun Breaker coming up. Now, he's already kind of doing double duty. He doesn't have to lose these titles to come on up, but I think just give it to Axiom and Nathan Frazier. They're amazing, and I think they deserve it, so I'm going to give them the victory. Axiom and Nathan Frazier. We have the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Lyra Valkyria defending against Roxanne Perez. This is a toughie. I've actually become a fan of Roxanne Perez now that she's changed the gimmick. I'm a fan of this new character. She's just no fucks given and, not taking shit from people anymore. Lyra Valkyria, very talented, a little plain. Her personality hasn't really broken through just yet. So, I mean, I'm not picking on just sheerly who I like more, but Roxanne Perez, if she wins this, she will become the most decorated female in NXT women's history, so that could be fun for her to play with. She is incredibly young, though, and I can't see her tenure in NXT being much longer because she's done everything, and she would have to come up at some point, you would imagine. So I'm going to go with Roxanne Perez on this one, I think. I think Lyra's had a good run as the champion. Next up, triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Oba Femi, the champion, defending against my man. It's Dijak and Josh Briggs. This one right here, keep your eyes out on this one. This could potentially steal the show. Dijak has never let me down. Josh Briggs, underratedly fantastic. He will mix excellently with Dijak, and then Oba Femi. This will be very interesting. This is going to be, I believe, his first PLE. He's going to be on a big stage here, so hoping he is going to shine in this one. It's definitely going to be a make-or-break performance for him. I'm counting on him. I think he's going to get it done. In terms of who wins this match, I'm going to have to go with Oba Femi on this one. They're trying to make this guy legit. He's going to have to win this match. I think Dijak and Josh Briggs are good guys to throw in there. I think they're going to be able to carry it with those two, and Oba can come in and work his little magic there. But I think majority, it'll be Dijak and Briggs doing the work, but Oba Femi will remain champion. How you like dem apples? We got singles match for the NXT Championship. Ilya Dragunov, the champion, defending against Tony D'Angelo. Oh, baby. So Tony has really upgraded his game over the last month here. He's become way more serious, a big contender now. He is he's upgraded from mid-card. He is in the main event scene, battling for the championship. Could he do it? Oh man, I can see it because of he's got a big family behind him. He's got a lot of backup, and Dragunov has none. But it's Dragunov, right? He's insane. But he has been a little quiet over the last little bit. I think they just want to make sure he's healthy and ready to go for this thing right here. But he is going to knock it out of the park. I don't know how well Tony will do in this one. I think Dragunov can have an amazing match with anyone. But again, not as much as Oba Femi, but Tony D'Angelo. This is a big spotlight match for him. So he's going to have to pull it out. I've seen him have good matches before. Let's see if he can hit that great to excellent mark. In terms of who wins this one, it's a toughie, really tough one. Dragunov is a guy that can move up to the main roster, but I do not think he is going to connect. I think he's going to fall to the wayside the way that DIY has. Very, very talented wrestlers, but they don't necessarily connect with the crowd. But I can also see Dragunov connecting the way that Gunther has, and it's just amazing, way better than you can even think. So I am interested to see if they're gonna move Dragunov up. Tony D, he is in an excellent position at the moment to become the champion with the family behind him. He's got really good potential here with a lot of entertaining segments, and I love the dawn of NXT, and to make him the champion, I'm sold. I'm gonna pick Tony D. No disrespect to Dragunov, that is one of my favorite wrestlers in the world right now, but Tony D, one of my favorite gimmicks. So I'm going Tony D. That is a toughie, though. I'm happy either way. That should be a fun-ass match. And the main event, the reason we're all going to tune in for this one, the singles match, the main event, Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Willie. Oh my goodness. The story that has gone on now pretty much all year, finally the breakup between these two friends, and that animosity that was building between them for so long, and it finally, after so many fake outs, it finally happened, and here we are. It's time for them to fight, and I don't know. Now I think that little thing in the back of my head said oh man, there's no better way to double down on that heel heat than to have Carmelo Hayes win this match. He would become the biggest heel in NXT, and it would do no damage, honestly, I don't think, to Trick Willie. He is beloved by the fans right now. I don't think he can do wrong even by losing this match. It would only benefit Hayes' heel future. So I don't know, it would be pretty cool to see Hayes win it, but of course, this is make or break for Trick Willie. The storyline that's gone on all year long, and for him to lose it, that would be a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, right? So I think I'll go safe on this one. I'll go Trick Willie winning this match in the main event. It is also the first main event with 2 African-American superstars, which is just... I mean, it's crazy that it takes this long for this kind of stuff to happen. Still in the WWE, same thing with the women as well, but congratulations and good on you for finally getting it done at least. I mean, I guess better late than never, but here we are. I hope they knock it out of the park. I hope it's the best match on the card. I get worried because Trick Willie isn't the best in the ring. He's, maybe early John Cena levels, kind of similar. Like, he's entertaining. Everyone loves him. He gets great reactions, but in the ring, he's, nothing special. But he has a lot of room to grow, and this is his pay-per-view, man. We'll see. I can easily see them, running this storyline back because people are just eating it up right now. They're eating up everything Trick Willie. So to have him fail here and to just, keep fighting, I can see that happening, but I'll just pick Trick Willie to keep it safe. So that is Stand and Deliver, all the matches that they have listed up to this exact moment, Friday night. So let's go now to WrestleMania. Oh my goodness. So this is as up to date as I can find for the WrestleMania Night 1 match card. So here we go. We got Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. I don't know if this is the order that they are going to actually have it, but if this opens the show, it'll be a lot of fun to hear the boos for Dominic Mysterio. People are going to love Rey Mysterio, and I'm excited. This is, I think, more than anything, yes, you have the Mysterio name on this match, but I think it is more important for Dragon Lee and Santos. These guys are the up and coming. You got Dragon Lee here. He is getting the what do you call it? The passing of the torch, essentially, from Rey Mysterio as the next great masked luchador for the WWE. And I've seen this guy wrestle. He is incredible. But Rey Mysterio's still incredible. But he's getting up there in age. So they've been searching for the next Rey Mysterio. I think Dragon Lee is the best candidate that they've had in a while. Unless they slap a mask on Ricochet again. But Santos Escobar as well. I'm not the biggest fan of him, honestly, but I like the idea of the Legado and all of that stuff. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, Legado. He's okay. Preferably, I want Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee to win this match. The heels could win it, but I think the safe bet, if this is the opener, have the good guys win. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee are taking this one. We got Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control, Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Oh, baby. This is a hell of a way for Jade Cargill to get introduced WrestleMania stage, and she's got the benefit of having a couple of veterans at her side to make sure everything goes okay with Bianca and Naomi. So, WrestleMania veterans at this point in those two. So I'm not that excited for this match. Not a big fan of tag matches, especially trios tag matches. No titles on the line, no extra stipulations. It's just a trios tag team match. So I'm going to go safe, give it to Team Cargill, Belair, and Naomi. You can't have Cargill losing, I don't think, in her first WrestleMania here. I think it is going to be a showcase for her. She's going to probably get the hot tag, the big hot tag of the match, and she's going to go nuts. She's going to be throwing bitches all over the place, and it should be a fun match at minimum. It could, but no, I think it's going to be fine. You got Belair in there. She's not going to let it be anything other than at least a good match. So should be fine. Now this one, I'm very excited for this match. 6-pack ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. This is going to be impossible to predict, but here we go. Here's all the competitors. Defending champions Finn Balor and Damian Priest of Judgment Day defending against DIY, Gargano, and Ciampa. The Miz and R-Truth, versus Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, The New Day. You got Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And finally, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Jeez, this is going to be bananas. That is a lot of people competing in a ladder match. I am expecting... Oh boy, who is going to shine the most in this one? I'm expecting a lot out of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. I think those two are going to be doing some crazy things. I doubt they will win this one. I am sorry, but I know they're going to be doing some crazy stuff in there. Waller and Theory, I didn't even really want them in this match. I was a little disappointed that they beat, I forget who they beat, but they beat someone that I'd rather have in here. So I think they're just going to do some funny stuff, but they could surprise me. I don't know. They just kind of been like enhancement talent, so I'm not expecting a lot out of them. Kofi and Xavier, they've just been going nuts, so I think they're going to have a really aggressive type of performance. They're going to be whooping some ass out there. And DIY, I think they as well with Dunn and Bate, they're going to be doing some big nasty bumps. They are not shy with that kind of thing. And then the champions, Damian Priest, not really my favorite. Neither is Finn Balor, but they've been they're not my favorite members of Judgment Day. I mean, this is such a hard one to choose. I feel like Judgment Day is just going to end up winning this one by the skin of their teeth. It's going to be a crazy match, but yeah, I'll just go with Judgment Day on this one. I think R-Truth is going to have a lot of fun moments, but oh man, it's too hard. I mean, just throw a dart at the wall, and any one of these teams I think could win it. But yeah, I think it's just going to be Judgment Day, honestly. Next up, we got Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso, the Battle of the Brothers. Again, I really wish they would stick a stipulation on this one. Street fight, no rules, anything like that. Just a one-on-one match. Doesn't really sit right with me. I feel like it's not going to be a match that I'm going to enjoy very much, but the crowd is going to go nuts for this one. This one, to be there live for this match would probably be a lot of fun. It's going to be rowdy. Match could blow me away, though. I mean, these two are brothers. They're going to know each other inside and out, so maybe this one surprises me and becomes one of the bangers of the night, but in terms of who wins this one, God, that's a toughie, eh? Jay is the good guy and Jimmy is the bad guy, so Jimmy could get help from Solo, no doubt. I'm going to go with Jay. Fuck it. Let's just do Jay, have the good brother win, but they could also be trying to level up Jimmy. Who knows? I don't know. That's a toughie. I'll stick with Jay. Go with my gut. All right, WWE Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. Can Sami win the championship at Mania? They already kind of gave him the tag team titles the other year, kind of a consolation prize. Gunther at this point, he's really starting to flourish at this time. Like, character-wise, he's really opening up. He's starting to become funnier and more entertaining, and his matches are Gunther matches. They're going to be hard-hitting. They're going to make you go, ooh, and oh, jeez, and stuff like that. And Sami, a great competitor. This is going to be an emotional match, absolutely. Oh, very tough to choose the winner on this one. I'm going to stick with Gunther. I love this man as the champion. No, I think Sami would make a great champion as well, but I don't think there's any reason to take it off of Gunther. He's doing just dandy, and I think he's still getting better. So keep rolling with Gunther, but it's going to be a banger of a match, I would think. Hopefully the interference isn't too much, or just keep it out of the match completely, preferably. Up next, Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley defending against the man. It's Becky Lynch. Another really tough one here. Rhea Ripley, probably the MVP of the women's division in the WWE. She's been fantastic, but right next to her's got to be like Becky Lynch and Bianca and so on, but this is going to be a fun match. I hope the crowd goes nuts for this one. I hope the atmosphere is crazy for this one. It's a big match for the women, like Ripley versus Lynch. That's big. That's big right there. So I'm excited for this one. I'm going to go with Ripley. I think she's earned this. I think she's earned the championship. Nothing against Becky, but she's also been excellent. I don't know what they're going to do. I feel like one of them's going to take a break. Between Becky Lynch or Seth Rollins. So I don't know if they're going to take both of them off, but could Becky get the win at Mania? Oh, man, I don't know. I'm feeling Ripley, though, so I'm going to go with Rhea. And then the main event, I'm assuming, for night one is going to be The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes and Seth frickin' Rollins to determine the stipulation for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match for night two. So if Roman wins, they can have the bloodline rules or whatever the fuck, and they can be there and all that. If Cody and Seth wins, then they won't be able to be there. So I am going with The Rock and Roman Reigns. I mean, I think this is kind of almost the free space on the bingo card a little bit. It's The Rock. He's not going to show up to lose, I don't think, at WrestleMania. It's a tag team match, so Cody and Seth losing it won't mean anything to them, and it's only going to add to the match for night 2. It's going to add even more of a stepping stones for Cody to get over, so I think easily The Rock and Roman are going to get this win, probably through a bunch of shenanigans. This match might surprise me. I'm not expecting a lot out of it, honestly. I'm expecting a lot of standing around and looking at the crowds and making them do stuff. I think the match will be fine. You got Cody and Seth in there, Roman and The Rock. I don't know how much I'm expecting out of these guys. They're part-timers at this time, but it should be a passable, fine match. But yeah, Rock, Roman are taking that one, I feel like, easily. And now we move on to night 2. So we got Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, that's Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, versus the Final Testament carrying Cross, Akeem, and Razor in a Philadelphia street fight. Here we go. So that should be some fun. We got a stipulation match finally. This makes me happy. And in terms of who can win this one, that's tough, man, because Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, they haven't done a lot, I don't feel like, this year, and the Final Testament are new, this new stable that have just popped up like a month ago, some familiar names in there, and also returning names in the Authors of Pain. So I feel the Authors of Pain and the Final Testament, I feel like they should win this one in the Philadelphia street fight. But again, if they're opening the show with this, you kind of want the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, the good guys, winning it to get the crowd nice and hyped up. That's a tough one. I guess I'm going to go with Lashley and the Street Profits. I kind of hope they do win it for the Street Profits' sake. I love them. I still feel like they're underutilized, but I hope they get the win there. Up next, LA Knight, going up against AJ Styles. One-on-one, I'm not expecting much out of this match. Honestly, I think it'll be a sound, solid match. I don't think it's going to be much more than what you would probably see on a Monday night, Raw main event, SmackDown main event. It'll be fine, but the crowd's going to have a lot of fun with the LA Knight stuff, and that should be good, but I'm going to go with LA Knight. He deserves the win since he's not going to get a shot at the championship this WrestleMania, maybe the next one, maybe even the next one after that. LA Knight seems to have a lot more left in the tank. I've heard in interviews like he hasn't suffered a lot of bad injuries throughout his career, so he feels like he can provide another 10 solid years in the company, possibly. So I could see LA Knight getting the win here, and we'll see what the future is for Mr. Knight. Yeah. We got the WWE United States Championship match. This match is rather going to make me very happy or very, very angry. You got Logan Paul, the frickin' champion, defending against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens in a triple threat match. So this one, I know I'm going to get annoyed with the amount of advertisements that's probably going to be surrounded around this match, because it's Logan Paul's Prime Energy drink. That thing is trying to take over the world. It's taken over the middle of the ring for WrestleMania. That stupid logo is going to be there, and he's probably going to have a big, crazy entrance that'll be a lot of fun. It should be a good match, honestly. It's, Logan Paul, he's going to have, you got veterans and Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. They'll be able to carry him through whatever they have to do. They've probably been practicing whatever they are going to do a whole bunch of times, so it's probably going to be a really fun, entertaining match. I think that's what I'm thinking. I just hope that Logan Paul loses this championship. I don't care if it's Randy Orton or Kevin Owens. I want it to be Kevin, so I'm picking Kevin. I think that feud has more fuel there, but I just want Logan Paul to not necessarily go away, because I don't think he's been a benefit for the WWE, without a doubt. He's bringing in viewers and money, but I don't want him I don't want him to be the champion anymore. And if he beats Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, what does that do for Randy Orton and more so Kevin Owens' career? Like, that's gonna hurt, man. Like, Randy Orton, it doesn't really matter. He's a legend, but Kevin Owens, he needs this win, man. He needs this win. I want him to get it. So, Kevin, that's my pick. WWE Women's Championship match. Io Sky, the champion, defending against Bayley. So this is a big, long storyline with this one. Bayley, the creator of Damage Control, then got mutinied by her own partners, and Dakota Kai and Io Sky, they all turned her back and stole Damage Control from Bayley, and now Bayley, the underdog, trying to get the championship and her revenge on her former friends. And I'm picking Bayley 100%. This is Bayley's match. She deserves this win so much. The other MVP of the WWE Women's Division is Bayley. She has been excellent, silly, entertaining. Like, I love her heel run. It was so much fun, so good for her as well. Really opened up more of her personality and showed the crowd that she's not just a happy, smiling babyface. So Bayley needs this win. She deserves this win, and she's gonna get it. But Io Sky is gonna be a tough opponent. She's gonna give her a good match. This one, I don't know if the crowd's gonna be all there for it. I really hope they show up for Bayley. So I'm going Bayley all the way. World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth Rollins, the champion, defending against Drew McIntyre. Oh my goodness, I am in love with Drew McIntyre. Honestly, I've been a fan of Drew McIntyre ever since he first arrived in the WWE as a young, skinny, male model freaking Scottish guy that showed up, and McMahon gave him the boost of confidence and all that, and I was sold. I was sold on that night. I was like, that guy is next world champion. It took a minute, but he became that champion, and honestly, Drew McIntyre, when he became the champion, it was during COVID, there was no fans. This man deserves a championship win at WrestleMania with fans. No disrespect to Seth Rollins, but I think Seth is willing and able to drop this championship to Drew, and Seth should take a break. Have a break, be with your family, and just take a break, man. You've been amazing. You've been carrying this company for fucking years, but Drew McIntyre is ready to bear the weight of this again, and he should do it in front of crowds, and he's going to crush it. He has been crushing it. Everything that he does just makes me smile. He is so freaking good, and I don't even think he's like all the way trying right now. If you give him the championship, just watch the fuck out. Drew McIntyre, you better win this match because I'm rooting for you. Now the main event, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match, more than likely going to have the Bloodline rules attached to it. Roman Reigns defending with the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes. Will he finish the story? I think yes. They have to finish this story, man. They cannot let this run another year. It will not work. It'll not work. You got to take it off of Roman, give it to Cody. It has to happen. You have to do this. I cannot believe it didn't happen last year. I think everybody was in collective shock that Cody did not win the championship last year. I think Cody himself was also in shock, at least from what I heard in interviews with Cody Rhodes. Now, that might be to play up the story for this WrestleMania, but I also think it is true. So Cody has to win this for the sake of the WWE, for the universe, for all of us. Win this championship from Roman Reigns. We're done with it. He did it. It was a fine title reign, but it's gone on too long. I don't think anyone gives a shit about how long your title reign has been. We don't want it to go on any longer. Let's finish the story, please and thank you. And that's all the matches, apparently. If I missed some, I apologize. I hope I didn't. But that's my predictions. I have no idea how good or bad I'm going to do. Let me know what your predictions are. My goodness, everybody. I am immensely excited for WrestleMania. I imagine if you're listening to this, you're probably excited for WrestleMania too. Like I said, these particular WrestleManias, the 10s, the 20, the 30, and now the 40, these are going to be big ones. I'm expecting a big show, man. I personally don't really like the two-night WrestleMania format. It's a little bit too much, honestly, for me. I think one night was fine, but sadly, the way that it is right now, there's a lot of promotions and a lot of wasted time on WrestleMania. So for everybody to get on the card, I guess they just had to make it two nights. So that's the way that it is right now. I doubt they're ever going to go back. They rarely ever do on decisions like this. So it's probably going to be a two-night event for the rest of at least probably the rest of my life. I don't know. But it should be a good show. I don't know how good it's going to be. Is it going to be an all-time WrestleMania? I really hope so, because, they've all been enjoyable, but there hasn't been a really memorable WrestleMania for me in a minute, right? So I'm hoping this one is. They really have a layup here. Like, there's a lot, like, just give people the Cody Rhodes thing, and I think you're going to have a slam dunk of a WrestleMania. If you just give us that, you can have an amazing WrestleMania, and then if you have Roman Reigns win it, it's really going to sour everyone's opinion of the WrestleMania as a whole. So I think you got to fucking bases loaded on this one, so don't miss. Give it to Cody. Don't you dare. And if you do, how could you? How could you again? Don't you do it. There you go, everybody. So that's my predictions. Let me know how the show is going to be. What match are you the most excited for? I really have eyes on the ladder match. I love a good ladder match. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. I hope that's going to be a lot of fun. Not a lot of stipulations in the show, but they don't want to have too many to oversaturate it. So we'll see. Hopefully there's a good balance. They're going to have the Hall of Fame and all that. A very strange induction class, I must say. But Hall of Fame classes, that's kind of how they are sometimes. But there's a burp to finish it off, and another one for you. Hopefully you're having a good day, a good weekend. Get hyped for Wrestle-Frickin-Mania, baby. It's going to be a huge weekend. And when WrestleMania is all done, and I got the reviews up and everything, there will be the Wrestling Award Show for the WWE and AEW. It's all built into one award show. I'm going to be giving out tons of awards. Best wrestlers, female and male, best matches, worst matches, best pay-per-views. There's going to be like a top 10 matches of the year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of wrestling awards and wrestle talk. Going to be fun. So be on the lookout for that. Best way to be on the lookout is to follow along with the Twitter page, where I'll put up announcements and let you know what's going on with the podcast and all that business. I also upload all the episodes to the YouTube channel, Gamer GX Videos, where you can watch it. It's a great place to drop a comment. If you have any questions you would like answered on the podcast, drop a question over there. Anything about wrestling, hockey, video games, podcasting, it doesn't really matter. Send in a question. I'd love to answer it live on the podcast, shout you out, and yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. There's an email address as well if you want to have a private conversation. That is available to you as well. And that's it, right? Yeah, Twitter, we already did that. So yes, enjoy WrestleMania, everybody. I am so freaking excited. I can't wait. It is going to be a lot of wrestling, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So enjoy, everybody, and we'll be back again soon with some more GX Plus Cast.